Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, we have everybody! We have our full team of 8 heroes. How exciting! Well, here we are everyone. We've officially made it to the entrance of the Ferrisdal Mountains now. Are those dark shapes wandering about in the distance the monsters who now haunt the mountains? Most likely. And how lucky we are, as treacherously high and narrow as these paths appear, I doubt we have much chance of avoiding them. Perhaps we can hope that the demons will play nice and let us buy them willingly. That's a no. Ah! Okay. Okay, hey, good news! Jersey was healed at some point. That's definitely good news considering I forgot to go back and heal her. Okay, so what to do here? Well, there's only one enemy. First enemy we've been fight. How did I wind up with this team? Oh, okay. It's because the demon is facing those of us on the left side, which includes these people. If only RPG Maker 1 could allow more than 4 party members to fight. Granted, I don't know any turn-based RPG, JRPG for that matter, where you have 8 party members fighting at once. I feel like there's at least one out there. Hold on a sec. Lufia on Game Boy, is that one? Well, anyway, Jersey at level 18. Okay, Jersey was not going to gain 10 levels just from 222 experience points. So, apparently, Lantis and SK did in fact do the thing where they boosted her experience, so that she could level up in this fight. Jersey regains her breath. Phew. Biting sarcasm, Taz. I like that. Maybe us Earthling guys are being a good influence on you, huh? Tessera says with a smile, oh, please. There are 2 paths leading in the same direction, so I guess this means... Oh! What is it, Mr. Bolas? Well, it may be the dwarves' doing. When monsters began appearing in the world a few years ago, I believe it was my people in Sibylhan who used magic to alter the landscape surrounding the few valuable paths through the mountains in such a way as to not only cut the kingdoms in Ferrisdal further off from Lelia and Yuzuki, but to also discourage travelers from attempting to cross the mountains so that they would not lose their lives to these monsters. In other words, I would say it was definitely the Divine Mother's guidance that so many of us Elvenians joined you for the journey this time, because it looks as though we will have to split up and work cooperatively along both paths if we are to cross over successfully into Sibylhan. I was waiting for this to come up. This is one of those things that Lantis and SK brought up, the fact that at some point in the game we'd have to kinda split apart and have 2 teams at once, kinda like certain situations in Final Fantasy VI. Sarah nervously says, split up? In these accursed mountains? Yeah, Bolas, is that really such a good idea? Now wait. You all are asking me to act like the leader of this group who will make the ultimate decision on where we go and how. I know. What could the rest of us be thinking for leaving this kind of responsibility to you, huh? Uri grits his teeth. As I was saying, with 8 of us here, then it may not prove any more unsafe crossing Ferristal in 2 groups instead of 1, because we can still ensure that at least 4 of us are together at all times in that way. That is no less than what we're used to traveling with. Besides, we now have the advantage of 2 healers in this group, so as long as Dusk stays with one side and Sarah with the other, all of us will at least have the insurance of a healer close by. This way, there shouldn't be any monsters too great for us to handle. You're sure about this? If Bliss is right about how obstructive and treacherous the mountain's layout has become, I don't suppose we have any other choice. We'll need 2 separate groups in case one has to help the other along past certain physical barricades. Alright, Tessera, please take charge of the right side, while I lead the left. I am planning on sending both Dusk and Lynn with you, and quite frankly, I don't trust either of them to guide penguins through a circus hoop, much less 2 trusting Elvenian women across a demon-infested mountain range. Jersey, can you go with them? Jersey says with a smile, unlike you, I would trust these 2 nice to be able to protect helpless little girls like Tessera and myself any day. Tessera says with a wink, I think you would be right about that, Miss Jersey. Dusk turns red. I'll try my best not to fail either of you. Lynn says with a disgusted sigh, anyway. Really, man, are you sure about leaving 2 of the girls with Dusk? Chill out. Taz will keep him in line, I am sure. And the rest of us shall accompany you, Lord Uri? Ugh, please, Sarah. Enough of the formal Lord talk. Sigh. And yes, you, Bliss, Harrison, and myself will make up the other group. Bliss heartily says, ready to go anytime, kid. Sarah? Sarah flushes red. Yes? Be careful, okay? I will. Thank you. Yeah, sweet. Let's go already. It is interesting that our 2 groups are splitting up in a way that they were not already arranged. Extended party explanation. Now that you have Elvenians tagging along on the adventure as part of your band of heroes, there are some new things to know about how weapons and armory function. 1. Elvenians use their own unique weapons just as the Earthling heroes do, such as Tessera's Madame Butterfly sword or Sarah's Runeheart magical staff. Although there are only 1 to a few reserved for each Elvenian, as opposed to the typical 8 for each of the Earthlings. In addition, the Elvenians can typically make use of the generic weapons as well. 2. As to armor, helmets, and shields, there is no equipment wholly unique to each Elvenian. All capes, hoods, and bucklers can be worn by female Elvenians, while all males' helms and heavy shields can be worn by male Elvenian party members. Good luck! Take special care of our brave Elvenian heroes as you have the Earthling children, and they may reward you quite well in battle. Switch to other... No, let's not switch. Can I leave? Okay, I can leave. I will assume that if I go back into that place... Okay, good. I have Sarah on this team. I will assume if I go into that place, it'll switch me back to the correct team. What equipment do you have? Cloth boots, magic scarf. What's your agility like? 133. You are actually the fastest character on the team. Partly thanks to this, but even then you're still the fastest. I'm gonna give you Lisa's pendant. because your healing is super important. Which reminds me, what is your healing again? So first off, you got Holy for 80 damage, Psalm Elevis for 40 damage on everything, Grace's Revive, you got that Reflect thing. Wait, Sarah is Sarah permanently on the team with this protection spell? Nah. So let's kiss, 60 HP, recover for everybody, that's really good, and cure all status ailments for one person. Any text? No. Anything new with you, by the way? If you run into my daughter Paprika sometime on your travels, dear children, then please give her my love. I have not seen her in so many long years. So we're just gonna go ahead and get something for Sarah for some other equipment. What are you able to equip right now? You got Lisa's ribbon right now. Got the Holy Cloak. You're not gonna find anything better than the Holy Cloak right now, I can tell you that. The ribbon... Magic circle. Hold on a sec. Guard is 16, and the ribbon is guard at 12. I'll save my money in this case. Now, luck is critical hits. Perhaps something else. Well, you know, if we give you the Leaf Pendant, that'll make you almost entirely immune to all status effects, aside from those that are caused by enemies that apply them physically instead of magically. Oh wait, luck is evasion. That's right. Well, in that case... never mind. I definitely should have looked at your equipment ahead of time, because that is definitely some good stuff. Okay, let's actually get started with this place. Ooh, that was probably not the smartest thing to do. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was thinking that those would prevent me from walking onto them, like a wall, but nope, those were entirely walkable upon. Oh well, I'm sure I'll be fine. I might consider looking at the guy so I know which way to be going through this maze. Hello, Trixie! Petrify all. And it's Tessera's only spell. I might as well try it at least once. Lynn? I need to check Lynn's equipment, because I thought I gave you the thing that shoots groups. That would definitely be helpful in this fight. Oh well. Jersey can help with that. Yeah, it's just a regular attack from Dusk. We'll have to pay attention to what sort of damage Dusk causes here. 57. Okay, that's normal damage. Okay, so Petrified does not count as instant death against enemies. So let's actually ignore the first one, because oh, never mind. It's dead anyway. If only the petrification happened on one of the others. The fact that these things have confusion is definitely going to be annoying. It's a good thing that I got that good stuff on Sarah. Won't have to worry about her getting confused at an inopportune time. Oh, Oh, these guys give away honey clovers. Okay, do I want to do any immediate healing? Yeah, sure, they'd only cost 4 MP. I forgot to check Lynn's equipment. Okay, these guys have confusion and that is super annoying, so I'm definitely focusing on them first. Jersey, did you have an attack all spell? No, they were all groups. Well, let's see here. Let's try Extreme. And I need to remember in the next fight to swap out Lynn's weapon. Although thinking on it, it is probably currently equipped by Boles. Because I gave him the spare one that I had in my inventory. Okay, if they're going to keep focusing on Tessera, I should consider giving her one of those items. Oh, good news! None of these enemies have elemental resistance. I might have to go back to the castle if I want to get another of those bows. Oh, that is a situation. Was it you who did that? Well, guess what? You're gonna die now. Huh. I forgot about that. Tessera has auto regen and learn attack. Okay, first things first before I forget. Lynn, you in fact do have the Morning Star. Glumzamber. I was hoping that we at least had one of the rocket launchers, but apparently no. So Tessera has learned Lightbringer. Okay. Lynn, I really want you to have that elven bow. For some reason, I thought that Lynn was still holding his from before. Honestly, he probably was, but that was before I reset the game. Well, glad that those are still sold, at least. Here, Lynn. Be useful. So which side do we start on here? The correct side? No, we start off on this side. And then we go to the other side. That works. And the perfect fight to try out, well, bring back the ability to attack groups of enemies. I should still consider doing some other attacks. We were restored. All our stuff was restored whenever we left and came back. Wonder how that works. Don't know, but Jersey, you need to get in on this group attacking, bandwagoning party. Oh, that's an attack. Please, nobody else use that. Let me guess, you have like 1 HP left? Yeah, sure enough, we got healed up whenever we left. Neat. Hello there, 1063. Welcome to the stream. We are currently at the start of this dungeon, trying to make our way into a kingdom that had been taken over by the bad guys. So these guys also have charge attacks. They really like focusing on Tessera. That'll hopefully allow Tessera to survive the rest of the well, you know, except whenever she gets critical hit like that. I think I'm going to need to consider swapping around party members so that is not so much of an issue. Okay, obvious button is obvious. That gets rid of their blockade. It also creates one for us, so at this point I think we are basically at a point of no return. Because I don't think stepping on the button again would unpress it. Okay, Uri, what weapon do you have? I need to check this stuff. Don't use any Okay, how many of us have group attacks? Obviously, the answer is 3. That is a little excessive, actually. Aw, of all times for that to be a miss. Okay, that helps make up for it. I don't know, maybe I will keep everybody having group attacks. That's kind of coming in handy. But boy, we are having a lot of critical misses right now. Yeah, good luck confusing Sarah. Sarah learned new spells. Possibly only one. Regardless, she learned something. So, what you got? Arath Sonata. 200 HP on a single character. Now we're talking. It's definitely an expensive spell, 28 MP, but that's gonna come in handy. I'm gonna say I'm gonna push this boulder this way. You know, I thought I was being smart. What's that? Looks like we will need 2 people for these switches to continue. Well, let's go ahead and switch to the other party then. As a reminder, we are in this dungeon where we are trying to get through this place with 2 separate teams. I forgot to check everybody's equipment. Also, this time we did not get healed, so apparently it's leaving the location that heals us rather than switching between teams. My gosh! Something else I just remembered I want to do. Now, who's got, like, great defense? I'm gonna say, yeah, let's go ahead and put Lynn up front. Now, who's better between Jersey and Tessera? Actually, they're about the same. Dusk is probably good going there. There's a lever. I'm gonna pull it. That did not go according to plan. Ow. I was nearly crushed to smithereens by dwarven trickery. Is it all the same lever? How much damage did we take from that? Oh, that's where those rocks are coming from. Yeah, we're definitely taking a bit of damage doing that. Well, I'm definitely not going to do the other one. Instead, I'm going to look at the guide. Okay. Go figure, it was the one that I didn't try. Oh, right, equipment. Grenade launcher, elven bow. We need to have one of you with a different weapon at the least. Alright, go ahead and equip your special weapon. Kamadaki, yes. Equip that. Because having 3 of us with group attacks is overkill. Hey, we're united! Oh, that's it. Okay.